There is power, but there is courage and unity. India's freedom struggle is its testimony. It was on 15th August 1947, at the stroke of the midnight hour, we started our tryst with destiny. On our 75th year of independence, as the nation celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, let us pay homage not only to all the freedom fighters who have sacrificed their lives so that we can relish freedom today, but also salute those brave hearts who are guarding our borders and protecting us. Namaste to one and all who have gathered for this virtual Independence Day celebration. I extend my warm greetings on this occasion of our 75th Independence Day. We have the Chief Operating Officer of D.A.V Group of Schools, Sri Balaji, with us today. I extend my warm greetings to him. Dr. S. Visalakshi from the Department of Tamil is the senior most faculty member of D.A.V Boys Senior Secondary School. She is an erudite scholar possessing a career spanning over 27 years in our school. She is an accomplished poet, writer, and a playwright, having published notable works. It is our honor to have her hoist the national flag in this Diamond Jubilee year. May I request Dr. Visalakshi to hoist the national flag.
Flag, salute, order.
झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। सदा शक्ति बरसाने वाला, प्रेम सुधा बरसाने वाला, वीरों को हर्षाने वाला, मातृभूमि का तन मन सारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। आवो प्यारे वीरों आवो, देश धर्म पर बलि बलि जाओ। एक साथ सब मिलकर गावो, प्यारा भारत देश हमारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। इसकी शान न जाने पावे, चाहे जान भले ही जावे। विश्व विजय करके दिखलाए, तब होंगे प्रण पूर्ण हमारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा, विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम। सुजलां सुफलां मलयज शीतलां, शस्य श्यामलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं, वन्दे मातरम्। शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी, फुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी, सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी, सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरं, वन्दे मातरम्।
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav means elixir of energy of independence. That is the inspiration drawn from warriors of freedom, new ideas, pledges and nectar of Atmanirbharta. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Damodar Das Modi has shared his vision of building a new Atmanirbhar Bharat by the year 2022. It will be incomplete without the empowerment of women. We at D.A.V Boys Senior Secondary School Gopalpuram wish to highlight the theme of women empowerment to envision the India of tomorrow. May I now invite Sarthak to deliver the welcome address.
Freedom is a legacy which was passed on by our ancestors. Let us respect and value it. Our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji has urged Indians that in the 75th year of independence, let us pledge to put India first. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel once said, each citizen of India must remember he is an Indian. He has every right in this country, but with certain duties. Every Independence Day is an occasion to remind ourselves of our duties and responsibilities towards our nation. It is an absolute honor for me to stand here today and welcome you all on the celebration of our 75th Independence Day. I extend a hearty welcome to Sri Balaji, who has joined us in person today to celebrate this occasion. I also welcome the distinguished invitees, the members of the management, parents and my fellow friends who have joined us virtually. Speech has power, words do not fail. What starts out as a sound ends in a deed. Powerful words give inspiration, as always has been whenever Shri Vikas Arya ji has addressed us. Now, let us listen to the keynote address by our Secretary, Shri Vikas Arya ji.
Respected members of the management, principals, teachers, supporting staff, parents and my dear students, Namaste. Today, on our 75th Independence Day, we respectfully recognize the great contribution made by our freedom fighters and numerous defense personnel who have laid down their lives during multiple terror attacks and the full-fledged wars that India has fought since 1947. However, remember, we can pay our true tribute to them only by understanding our role as citizens in securing the future of our country. All of us should definitely strive towards ensuring our welfare as an individual and as a family. However, this beautiful picture of life, our individual lives, should be painted on the canvas of this great country, this great culture, this great civilization. We may belong to different states of the country, speak different languages, follow different religions, have different professions, belong to so-called different castes. But what should unquestionably unite us is one country, one nation, one India. We should have unconditional love for our country. Very similar to the way a child unconditionally loves his or her parents, irrespective of their economic, social or educational background. Janani Janma Bhumischa Swargadapi Gariyasi, mother and motherland are superior to heaven. My dear children, we take a lot from this country. Food that we eat, water that we drink, air that we breathe, education opportunities that we gain, spirituality, culture and heritage that we imbibe. We take all this so that after a certain phase in life, we can give back to our motherland. Help it surge forward on multiple dimensions before passing on the baton to the future generations. It is like a relay race on the athletic field. This process goes on eternally, and countries that inspire their citizens to consistently adopt this approach remain strong and resilient. History is in a way the ultimate judge in this world. What happens during the elections or the judgments by Supreme Court, High Courts, etc. is transient and does not matter beyond a point. But history is final. And this history has always favored the strong. It has unfortunately not been kind to the weak, even though the weak may have been dharmic. For instance, even today, there is a prominent road in Delhi, the national capital of India, named after the Mughal Emperor Babur, a ruthless conqueror, but there is no road named after Rajput Rana Sanga, who ferociously fought Babur but was defeated. We, as a society, have largely been dharmic, peace-loving, have never attacked any other country, did not destroy anyone's religious books, did not burn down libraries. We were just and kind. We were rich and prosperous, which indeed attracted the Mughals and the Britishers to loot us. Remember, no dacoit tries to loot an existing poor. But unfortunately, we were not strong. And when I mean strong, I mean the internal strength that emerges from a sense of unity. If we compare the strength on various other parameters, wealth, population, natural resources, etc., we were many times stronger than any of the adversaries who attacked us. But as I mentioned, we were not united. It is deeply painful to note that we Indians have repeatedly defeated ourselves. It is not the foreigners, the Mughals or the British, they could have been easily handled by us. A tiny number of British officials and troops, just about 20,000 in all, ruled over 30 crore Indians. There was no war in India that the Britishers fought that did not have native Indians in its army. We fought and fought against our own fellow Indians to help the Britishers rule over us. Yes, we need to be forward looking. There is no point feeling bitter about what happened in the past. However, there are two aspects that we need to derive from history. Number one, learnings from our mistakes. And number two, drawing inspiration from the previous generations. Unfortunately, even today, our fault line, lack of internal unity, is very fragile. There are numerous instances wherein it is our fellow Indians who, for their immediate selfish gains, put the future of our country at risk. The danger going forward continues to remain not as much from the external world, but from many of our own internal people, the breaking India forces. Let us take a few examples. All international airports in this world, including those in India, have a customs department. Not one person can enter the country without a valid passport and a visa. However, India over the last few decades has seen crores, not in lakhs, in multiple crores of illegal Bangladeshis just cross over the Indian border, conniving with traitors who for money provide them all fake legal documentation like Aadhaar, etc., enabling them to settle down permanently and then be part of the vote bank politics. Punjab, once a jewel of India, has today turned into the drug capital, infested with illegal drugs smuggled across the border, making its youth unproductive addicts. Once again, this cannot happen without the traitors. Sadly, it is not very uncommon to see in this country a few people bursting crackers when India loses a cricket match to its arch-rival Pakistan. Many key manufacturing and infrastructure projects are stalled by vested interests on flimsy grounds. My dear children, as future torchbearers of this great country, we need to have the confidence and resolve to make a difference and positively contribute towards its development. Also, we should have the courage and conviction to identify and call out the breaking India forces who indeed constitute a very small percentage of our overall population. But sadly, the majority simply choose to remain quiet, focused on their individual lives, thus giving the impression that they agree with these breaking India forces. We need to be intellectual Kshatriyas. And it is this confidence and resolve for a higher purpose that transcends our individual self-interest, giving life its unique sense of fulfillment. In this context, I am reminded of a famous quote by the Irish author George Bernard Shaw, who also was a great admirer of the Indian way of life. He said, I quote, "This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one. Being a force of nature, Instead of a feverish, selfish little cod being a force of nature, instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations. My dear children, a country where a substantial percentage of its citizens have this fundamental framework is able to then nurture what we call the will of the nation. And it is this will of the nation that builds our collective confidence. Every time we venture out into space, develop cutting edge technology, adopt a robust foreign policy approach, foster dharmic entrepreneurship, creating jobs, promote fellow Indian entrepreneurs by buying their products and services, develop an innovative software, build a strategic infrastructure asset, win an Olympic medal, or be a service oriented teacher, doctor, lawyer, etc., we make a small deposit in this large perennial ledger that sustains the will of the nation. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for the country. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for such inspiring words. As rightly said, it is our duty to be the change instead of waiting for the change to happen. I now call upon our principal Srimati Chitra Raghavan to deliver the Independence Day message.
Namaste. I extend my hearty wishes to all the members of the management, parents, students, and staff on this diamond jubilee of India's independence. We have to attribute all the happiness we enjoy today to the martyrs and freedom fighters who have made this possible. Every corner of this nation has one martyr who has sacrificed his or her life for the nation, thus leaving a blazing trail of pride. The hoisting of the national flag on the 75th year fills us with excitement and also with great honor, just the way our visionary leaders were and remain committed together to the cause of the liberation. This history of freedom struggle would be incomplete without the participation of women. However, this indispensable involvement was not given due credit when compared to their counterparts. Through these 75 years of independence, our proud nation has seen a surge in equality between men and women. Women have carved their imprint in all the fields, be it academics, sports, politics, science, arts, to name a few. They have progressed exponentially and have stood shoulder to shoulder with the men in many realms. They have worked relentlessly to break gender bias. Through literacy and awareness, we have managed to fortify women empowerment by enabling them to rise through ranks. Empowering women is the key to economic growth, political stability, and most importantly, social transformation. This has paved the way to self-reliance, respect, and dignity. When women are empowered to rise above barriers, we get more competent individuals across different levels. Strong leaders, motivated mothers, supportive sisters, and dutiful daughters who can lead their family to growth and prosperity, which would in turn lead to increase the GDP and per capita income, making the country flourish and enabling women to become financially independent. Thus, education is a key factor that ensures women empowerment. When girls are educated, their countries become stronger and prosperous. Even though a steady improvement has been noticed, this awareness needs to run widespread and root itself deeply into both the rural and the urban areas. This should begin at home, where the mother, sister, and daughter are treated as the pillars of the family. People should not oppress and belittle women, nor do they have to keep them on a pedestal and worship them. Children need to be taught to respect women for they are from the grassroots level. Today's children are tomorrow's adults. A good grounding will groom them as responsible youth. So, it is important to sensitize our children towards gender-based atrocities and develop a mindset that will not favor such acts. As children grow, they start to associate themselves with the ideologies of the predecessors. The concept of respect or disrespect is inculcated early on. So, parents have to be effective role models for them. An environment that fosters respect for women will have a lifelong impact on the children. Keep an eye on what children choose to watch on television or what is served on the net. All media that the child is exposed to plays an important role in shaping their outlook. Books, TV shows, and cartoons mold the child's outlook and expectations. Of course, schools play an important role in establishing gender sensitivity. Gender equality should be inculcated in the day-to-day practices of the schools, and moral traditions should be followed. Encourage them to play all kinds of sports irrespective of their gender. Who says boys can't dance and girls can't play football or perform martial arts? Indian women have come a long way, breaking the glass ceiling and proving their mettle on the global platform as well. When they are given the right opportunity at the right time, they will indeed stun the world with their outstanding achievements. So, shall we vow today on this auspicious day to support them to think, evolve, and most importantly, recreate history? Let us applaud and salute the accomplishments of Anari Shakti. Jai Hind, Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a thought-provoking speech. Your words have always been motivating for us D.A.V. youths. Now, I hand over the podium to Ranveer for the cultural program. Festivities and celebrations always call for some colorful and invigorating events. This year is even special as we celebrate the Diamond Jubilee of our independence. We all know what a powerful punch a good song can infuse. The song we are going to listen is about women empowerment, Nari Shakti. It is bound to renew our determination to raise the status of women through education and awareness.
கும்மியடி தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும் உலகிழக்கை கொட்டி கும்மியடி நம்மை பிடித்த பிசாசுகள் போயின நன்மை கண்டோம் என்று கும்மியடி கும்மியடி தமிழ்நாடு முழுவதும் உலகிழக்கை கொட்டி கும்மியடி நம்மை பிடித்த பிசாசுகள் போயின நன்மை கண்டோம் என்று கும்மியடி தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே. எதையும் பெண்ணதோடு வளர்த்தீமை என்ற வீட்டுக்குள்ளே பெண்ணை கூட்டி வைப்போம் என்ற விந்தை மனித தலை கவிழ்ந்தார். எட்டையும் பெண்களோடு தீமை என்று நீ இருந்தவர் மாய்ந்து விட்டார். வீட்டுக்குள்ளே பெண்ணை கூட்டி வைப்போம் என்ற விந்தை மனித தலை கவிழ்ந்தார். தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே. பட்டணதாவதும் சட்டங்கள் செய்வதும் பாரினை பெண்கள் நடத்த வந்தோம். எட்டு மறைவினில் அணுகிங்கே பெண்ணிலை பிள்ளைகள் என்று குன்னியடி. பட்டணதாவதும் சட்டங்கள் செய்வதும் பாரினை பெண்கள் நடத்த வந்தோம். எட்டு மறைவினில் அணுகிங்கே பெண்ணிலை பிள்ளைகள் என்று குன்னியடி. தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே. பிதம் படைக்கவும் நீதிகள் செய்யவும் வேண்டி வந்தோம் என்று கும்மியடி. சாதம் படைக்கவும் செய்திடுவோம் தெய்வ சாதி படைக்கவும் செய்திடுவோம். பிதம் படைக்கவும் நீதிகள் செய்யவும் வேண்டி வந்தோம் என்று கும்மியடி. சாதம் படைக்கவும் செய்திடுவோம் தெய்வ சாதி படைக்கவும் செய்திடுவோம். தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தந்தன தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே தனதான தந்தானே.
Thank you, students, for the mellifluous rendition. Sano Saikom Mirabai, P.V. Sindhu, Lovelina Borgohain took India to the heights of sporting glory in the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics 2020. It wouldn't have been possible if Mithali Raj, P.T. Usha and Mary Kom hadn't set a benchmark. India has a long array of women achievers. Today, my enthusiastic and bright juniors who never fail to exude color and vibrance are paying tribute to the pride of India through a cosplay.
Namaste everybody. It is not wrong to be ignorant. It is an error to continue to be ignorant. So Swami Dayanand Saraswati, he is one of the prominent makers of modern India. Among his many contributions, promoting equal rights for women and empowering them were noteworthy. Let's get ready to watch the performances of the proud daughters of India, from Rani Velanachiyar to Mary Kom. We are about to see them all. First up, we have a fierce boxer and a 5-time world champion, Mary Kom.
Namaste all, happy Independence Day. I am Mary Kom. I am from Manipur. I am an Indian boxer. I am the first woman to win a medal in Olympics. I have received Padma Bhushan Award, Arjun Award, Padma Shri Award. My mantra is always never buy gold, just earn it. Okay, Jai Hind.
That was terrific, Hitesh. We shall remember the mantra ever. That's a great inspiration to all. Coming up, we have the captain of the Indian cricket team for women, Mithali Raj.
I am Mithali Raj. I started playing cricket at the age of 10. I played my first international match at the age of 17. In 2005, I became a captain of women's cricket team. I am the first woman to score more than 7,000 runs in one international match. I received Arjun Award and Padma Shri Award. I am proud to be an Indian cricketer. Jai Hind.
That was Hitesh who brought us the Arjuna and Padma Shri awardee on this auspicious day. Now let's hear from the golden girl of Indian badminton, P.V. Sindhu.
Indian women to win 2 Olympic medals. This makes me feel really happy. My coach parties and motivates me every time. I told myself that winning a medal for my country was important for me. At the end of the day, hard work is the key to success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Shreyas, for bringing us live the reigning world champion who has always been an inspiration. Now let's hear it from a Padma Shri awardee who just won an Olympic medal for India, Mirabai Chanu.
I am Saiko Mirabai Chanu from Manipur, an Indian weightlifter. I won silver medal in Tokyo Olympics 2021. I am the first silver medalist of women's weightlifting, 49 kg. I dedicate my medal to the people of India. Jai Hind.
You lifted the spirits of a billion people, Mirabai Chanu. Thank you, Satvik. That was cool. Next up, we have the Ding Express, an Indian sprinter from Assam, Hima Das.
I am Imadas. I am from Assam. My nickname is Dingas. I am the first Indian athlete to win a gold medal in track event World U20 Championship. I received Arjuna Award from President of India 2018. Jai Hind.
That was an ace sprinter, Hima Das, by our dear Samyu. Dear audience, let's welcome the First Lady Doctor from Tamil Nadu, Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy.
Namaste all, I am Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, India's first women doctor. I like to help and serve people. So I started the Cancer Institute in Adaya to help and treatment of cancer patients. Jai Hind.
Remembering Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy for all her selfless service on this auspicious day with our dear Sarvajit. Coming up is a brave Indian queen who fought selflessly against the British, Rani Lakshmi Bai.
मेरी झांसी नहीं दूंगी, I Rani Lakshmi Bai shall not surrender my Jhansi. As long as there is a drop of blood in my body and a sword in my hand, no foreigner dare to capture my Jhansi. We will join hands and chase the British. We need to have strong determination and courage. Let's fight. If victorious, we will enjoy freedom. If defeated and killed in the battle, we earn eternal glory. Carry on the fight. Move forward. We will fight to the last man. Come on. Victory will be ours. Bhaag, Firangi, bhaag. Run away, British, from my motherland. Jai Hind.
Wow, Ramanujan, that was fabulous. Today is the apt day to remember the symbol of resistance against the British Raj. Next up, we have yet another fearless queen of Sivagangai, Rani Veru Nachiyar.
I am Rani Veru Nachiyar. My people call me Veera Mangai. I was the princess of Ramanadapuram and the queen of Sivagangai. I was trained like a prince in horse riding and archery. I speak many different languages. That was because of the courage of my parents to raise me like a prince. That made me the first Indian queen to fight the British and win.
Thank you, Kavan, for bringing us in such an eminent personality. Next up, we have a courageous Rajput queen who stood against the Khilji ruler, Chittor Rani Padmini.
Namaste everyone, I am the legendary and most beautiful Rani Padmini of Chittorgarh. I am also I bravely fought against the loud and guilty. Remember me for my courage. Jai Hind.
Even after 1,000 years, everyone remember her for her valor. Thank you, Naveen. Now let's hear it from a human computer, Shakuntala Devi.
Namaste all of you. I am Shakuntala Devi. I am the first woman mathematician in India. I am also known as the human computer. I multiply two 13-digit numbers in 28 seconds. Even a computer could take 60 seconds to solve this, which also came in Guinness World Record. According to me, numbers have life. They are not just symbols on paper. Jai Hind.
Wow, Guru, that was wonderful. Without mathematics, you can't do anything. Now, let's welcome the Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu.
Namaste all. I am Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India. I am a poet, social activist and a freedom fighter of India. I am the first woman president of Indian National Congress and the first woman governor of Uttar Pradesh. Jai Hind.
The new has come and now the old retires, she said. How true. Thank you, dear Advait. Last but not the least, we have our brave army officer, Captain Swati Singh.
Namaste everyone. I am Captain Swati Singh from the Indian military. I was posted in 63rd Brigade of the Indian Army, which is deployed in eastern sector in Sikkim, near Nathula Pass, overlooking China. I was the only woman officer in the entire brigade guarding China front. I am a first generation military officer from a family of engineers. I hail from Lucknow. I wish that more and more girls opt for joining Indian Army. Jai Jawan, Jai Hind.
Thank you, Advait. You got us all patriotic. On this 75th Independence Day, we are all happy to celebrate all these marvelous women who have made us Indians proud. Jai Hind.
Absolutely adorable, wasn't it? That was indeed very informative and entertaining. After the jubilant cosplay, now we have a talented performers who will enthrall us with their histrionic skills to a ballad that portrays the strength and determination of Velu Nachiyar.
A baby girl was born. The people rejoiced. Finally, our sad days are gone. For our princess is strong, kind, and brave. It was true. Oh, the love she gave. Over the years, how well her knowledge and strength grew. Not one or two. Oh, how many languages she knew. She practiced every war skill, new and the age-old. One strike and enemies would be knocked out cold. She married the Prince of Shivagangai at 16. She left for a new home, one unseen. It was stunning, picturesque and lush green.
The locals rejoiced. There comes Velu Nachiyar, our new queen. She gave birth to Velachi, her lovely daughter. Her days were filled with joy and laughter. 2 decades passed thus until the fateful hour when suddenly came an attack to seize her power. The British and the Nawab of Arcot, Walaja ordered search every place, every corner and every border. They came to Sivagangai to plunder and rule. In a combined attack, they were terribly cruel. They killed the king and wanted the queen dead. No, I will never submit to them, Velu Nachiyar said.
Run away with the baby, Rani, the Martu Pandya shouted.
She fled crying when the royal brothers shouted, "Where is the queen hiding?" shouted the Nawab. "Not one soldier answered you, Saab. He beheaded a few and threatened all the locals. That's what you get when you're too vocal." Anyway, the Rani stayed hidden in her defiance. She wasn't simply quiet. She was building an alliance. She was gathering intelligence at the Dindigul fort and planning strategies with plenty of support.
The Rani sought the help of Sultan Hyder Ali. They set up a plan to make the Britishers flee. He sent up 5,000 infantry and cavalry. Let your citizens and India be free. Beru changed her base camp from place to place. She waited for 8 years, moved at her own pace. Meticulously, she built a loyal band. But however, there was only one setback. The Rani asked coolly, "How can we enter the gates?" "Rani, I have an idea that will rewrite our fate. With concealed weapons, our women will lead and stab those French English thieves."
On the 10th day of Vijayadashmi, festivities began. All the women stabbed on every single British man. Towards the ammunition depot, Cooley ran as she wanted to destroy it to save her clan. She dipped herself in a barrel of ghee. For the one true queen, she cried with glee. She set herself and the depot ablaze, burnt bright and loud like the sun rays.
With rage, the queen barged into the gate. "You can't run, Walaja. It's too late." She put him in a dark and depressing cell. Velu wanted him in pain. In it, he must dwell. And so, the kingdom was given back to the rightful. Shivagangai's citizens never felt so delightful. She was called Veeramangai Rani, ever so swift. For those who were loyal to her, she gave various gifts.
Ruled her life wisely. She was generous and just in the right person. Ruled it for 10 years before she stepped down. Much indeed, she was perfect for the crown. At the end of this day, with the valiant men dead, with heartache, the palace still stands tall in that town. It speaks of a queen that made the English clown.
Thank you. That was incredible. Gender equality has been a major issue in India, but many women have managed to break barriers and enter arenas that have been a pre-reserve of men. The magical D.A.V Dream Team is here to entertain us with their rhythmic moves and mesmerizing music and make us realize how important it is to break the barriers. Women have been struggling and fighting all along. Let her free, she would break the barriers and reach the zenith.
चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आजा रे ओरी चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आजा रे अंधियारा है घना और लहू से सना किरणों के तिनके अंबर से चुनके अंगना में फिर आजा रे सी ये मुनिया सर पे डाले है ये चुनिया क्यों, हाँ क्यों। हो सोनी सोनी सी कुड़ी नू मौज में रहने दे ना दुनिया क्यों, हाँ दुनिया क्यों। है कितनी शानदार कुड़ी ये कर देगी कमाल, इसे झूमने दे अपनी बीत ते। कुड़ी नू नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू आज लगाने दे ठुमके, हाँ झुमके। कुड़ी नू नचने दे, हाँ नचने दे, तू सारे आ फिक्रां नू छड्ड के, बन ठन के। कुड़ी नू नचने दे। शाबाशिया 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 शाबाशिया।
That was an amazing dance performance. Hats off to the dancers. The pride of D.A.V Boys Senior Secondary School, Gopalpuram, the Jarvis team, is all set to bedazzle you with a scintillating presentation. Shakti.
I did participate in the 1930 struggle as a young girl of 9. I was connected with the underground Congress radio in Bombay. We used to broadcast news bulletins and talks twice a day.
I thought that I will try to do it even though nobody has done, and I'm successful.
With that, I invite you all to take a trip back to our villages and find ways to build a stronger nation together.
As you become more successful, the gender barrier disappears. The credibility challenges you have during your growing up years starts disappearing when you start demonstrating success.
Empowered women who reach tough or unconventional positions make choices, not sacrifices.
मेरा मानना है कि लक भी उसी का साथ देता है जिसके अंदर जीतने का जज्बा है.
A female needs to be educated, independent, and fearless.
Thank you, Team Jarvis. That was indeed mind-blowing. One of the simplest yet most powerful things humans can do for each other. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to Sri Vikas Aryaji for motivating us with his words of wisdom, and Sri Balaji for joining us in person. I also thank all the distinguished invitees and members of the management. I express my hearty gratitude to Principal Srimati Chitra Raghavan and Headmistress Srimati Swarna Prabhakaran for being a pillar of support. I also thank all teacher coordinators of various programs, other teaching and non-teaching staff. Thank you, Team Jarvis, all the enthusiastic participants and their parents for their cooperation and unflinching support. May I now request all to rise for the national anthem and sing along with pride. Jai Hind!